It's Monday again. Today it is P38 glow plug day. To get to them, got to take off the transfer pipe, and the inlet manifold needs to come off to get full access. What I'm going to do is pull off this pipe, pull off this plastic cover that's in between, so I actually get to the top of the glow plugs, and then I'll just test to make sure I've got 12 volt on them. And then if I have, I'll whip the inlet manifold off and change all the glow plugs. If I haven't, then I need to find the reason why there's no power going to it. So I'm going to get on with that now. First job of the day. Right, so as you saw there, I had the power probe on the, or the multimeter, sorry, on the glow plugs, or just the front one, and it was getting 12 volts. So that tells me that the power to the glow plugs is correct. So I'm now going to whip off the inlet manifold and change the glow plugs themselves, and let's see if it starts better. Right, so got to be careful not to drop anything. So I'm going to put some tissue in the holes for now. But you can see the glow plugs are these bits here with the wires attached to them. So I've got to undo all them nuts without losing them. But I'll probably change them one by one. So the leak off pipes I did a little while ago because I had a bit of a diesel leak. So they all seem okay still. So it's just a matter of changing these glow plugs. So undo the little nut, take the wire off, and then you can undo the actual glow plug itself, if they come out. Fingers crossed. There you go, you can see old versus new. So 8mm nut to get the wire off, and then a 13mm to wind the glow plug out. Thankfully this one so far come out very easy. So I'll replace them all. Don't need to show you because it's the same for all of them. One 8mm nut to get the wire off, 13mm to get the glow plug out. So right, I'm going to carry on and do them all. To get the other, like the nut in for the electrical connector, I just put a tiny bit of masking tape on it just to hold it in the socket, and then as soon as it started biting, I can take the tape off. Successful. There you go. Starts on the button now instead of having to wait for half an hour. So back on the Defender. The speedo cable. You just see it there going into the side of the gearbox. Or can you? Kind of. The speedo cable goes in there anyway. When I bought my gearbox and traded in several, even though it says on their website, even though I've done it millions of times before, I didn't take out my speedo drive from my old transfer boxes, or at least one of them. I don't have any on the shelf. So when I went to connect up the speedo cable, I was like, oh, that's all missing. So I emailed Ashcroft, just sent them a picture of the exploded parts diagram, and said, look, made a bit of a boo-boo, bought this box from you ages ago, realised that I left all the old stuff in my old gearbox. Are these the bits I need to order? Is there anything unlikely that else I'm going to need? Because now it's in the truck, I can't really see very well. And Mr. Ashcroft himself emailed me back and went, don't worry, we'll send you it out. It's used, obviously, it's come out of a transfer box, but everything I need is there. The speedo drive, the housing, the fork. The only thing that wasn't there was the bolt, but that's just a normal M6. So I've put that in. So the speeder cable is now in. I have got wires spare on the disco loom that goes down to it, which might be for a electronic speedo transducer thingamajiggy that goes in instead of the cable. Still needs the speedo drive and the housing, but it just goes onto the side of the gearbox. So I've got one of those coming from my friend Nick, who's had one taken out of a transfer box he's got sitting on the floor. So I can choose, hopefully, whether to use the speedo cable on a normal clocks or whether I can use something else that runs off the electronic one, but we shall see. So that's done. Right, next job I need to do, something else that come through the post yesterday. So when this truck was a 300, I had the Gwyn Lewis Twin Alternator mount. Now on a TD5, it's obviously different, so I can't use it anymore. So Gwyn Lewis obviously do sell one for a TD5 for about 110 quid, I think. So I held off and checked on eBay in case someone else made the same thing but cheaper. And someone had one from Gwyn Lewis that they bought and never fitted in the box it came in. So I got it all. I offered 75 quid and won it. So that saved me 30 quid and June 2023. So that shows when they bought it. Or it might be July, because it might be an old paper they just chucked in the box, but still. So let's get this on. It goes where the aircon pump used to be. We have got to trim this slightly. There's instructions on their website, so I'm going to get on with getting that on, and then we can put the auxiliary belt on, and we're that bit closer to getting it started. So the enclosed instructions say you will need to grind this part to get the alternator to sit as low as possible. This will give more room for the water hose above the alternator, as in this hose. So I've got to grind this bit back, so make it look like that. So I suppose we better get on with it. So on the next page, when it comes to fitting the brackets, I noticed there's something in there and I didn't have it. So I thought, oh, maybe it's just a generic picture. Bolted it on. No, there's something missing. Just looked at my other engine. This idler pulley is supposed to be in there. So I've got to whip that bracket back off, put this idler pulley back on, and we should be golden. Right, it's on. I mean, it does say they supply you with a bit of hose and cable tie to go round your top rad hose to protect it against the alternator. But as you can see, I'm not overly happy with that. They do say you can grind more out of that if you need to. And as you can probably just about see there, I can probably grind a bit more off of that thing to bring the alternator down a touch. So I think I'm going to take it back off and get grinding some more. I think it's a compromise. It's, you know, right, no good looking at it, I have to do it. Right, I've ground it down some more, and there is now a washer's width, because I put a washer in there before I tightened it all up, because it says do not let the alternator touch the bracket. So that's done. The bracket is almost at full droop, so it's as low as you can really get it on the bracket. I mean, it's a bit better, but it's not ideal, is it? That pipe I think is going to rub through there in no time, regardless of whether them other pipes are on, because I think they'll just move. Right, well, we'll leave it for now, because it's obviously a sold thing, so it obviously works for people, so I think we'll leave it there and see how we get on. Another issue I'm going to have is the power steering. On a Defender, it's over this side where there's loads of room, but I was trying to use a Discovery pipework and keep it over this side, but it's just not going to happen. So I think we've got to get the Defender pipework and move it over this side where there's room for it. There's just not going to be enough room for the top hose, the intercooler and everything, and the pulley. So I think we've got to bite the bullet and bite the pipes, unfortunately. Never mind, we tried. Right, so my friend Matthew, who I got the template off for the filler neck, has also come in handy for checking routings of the water pipes. Obviously I ordered all the TD5 water pipes, couldn't get them to fit anywhere nicely, so I got him to have a look at his, and he sent me some videos. I'll stick them in now. Right then, let's have a look at this pipework for you, shall we? If we can get in. I can't show you in there because I might show you my
exotic security features for it not being stolen. Definitely didn't hear just me clack my keys on a pedal lock. Oh, I have to push it back on. Bear with. That's better. And the bonnet's up. However, yep, I ain't gonna be able to say a lot there, am I? Now, I'm new to all this new YouTubey lark, so I'm guessing. Oh, maybe it did. And as if by magic, some lights appeared. Right. So that is what my top hose looks like going down onto the thermostat. The U-shaped one you speak of. Oh, I might have to throw some more light on the subject. That is the U-shapey one. Yeah, that worked, didn't it? Let's see. Oh, I'm now getting rained on. Wicked. Right, the U-shaped one is there. Bloody hell, this is not going well, is it? Oh, I'm going to get wet. I'm going to get wet. Right, the tail of the U-shaped one is tucked under there. Bottom hose. Yeah, right, that drain thing in your second video is driver's side, so you've got that way round. Yeah, the U-shaped one, they're both pipes kind of sit together. That's what the top hose looks like. And again, the U-shapey one. Really difficult to tell. What I could do is taking my wings off. I'm not going to go to quite that extreme. Taking my fan cowl and my van off was enough. Yeah, hopefully that gives you enough. But I'll send this to you now, and you can let me know while I've got it in bits. As requested. Right, that one there, that is that tail. So yeah, it's sitting under the bottom rad hose, if it'll focus. Him there sits under that bottom hose, just about to see it there. Runs along with the bottom rad hose, and I'm guessing, yeah, buggers off onto some fuel cooler or whatever. I can't really see. I wonder if I can hold on. I'll send you in. Yep, that's a brilliant shot of a pipe. I'll send you in again with the light on this time. I don't know what you can see, probably nothing. Perhaps that one won't make it to YouTube.
Right, I've got it routed how Matt showed me, and yes, it should all work. There was some holes there for some riv nuts for power steering pipes, which obviously I haven't been able to get on because I didn't realise before the engine went in, so I can't really get to them now, I don't think. I'm not going to have enough room, so I'll have to be creative there. And the intercooler pipes. Now the Disco 2 ones go down then and up, whereas the Defender ones do quite a tight turn there and come up and over up here, as opposed to down, along and up. They come up along. So that's why that doesn't really fit with all this in the way, and that idler pulley. So I'm gonna have to order those as well. Marvellous. Never mind. We underestimated a bit with this. I thought it was going to be, I thought it was going to be a bit easier with all the Disco 2 parts, but clearly they changed quite a bit to get them in both cars, so never mind. It is what it is. So I'm going to remove that boost pipe, so at least the cooling system can get in the right place. The boost pipes we can add later. It's not going to stop it starting without having the intercooler in line and the boost pipes. So I'm going to, yeah, sort all that out now. Measure what hose clips I need and make a note of all those, so I've got them. So right, I'm going to get on with that. Right, well, I've run the wires. I've got loads of plugs left over, obviously, because this isn't a Disco. But the earths are on. The side lights, indicators and headlights are all temporarily wired in. Down here, obviously it's all got to be tidied up. There's a horn there. All the earths are done. Same on this side. All the lights are wired up. I've had to pull the loom through a bit more so that this fuse box can clear the brake system, and hopefully we can make a little bracket up for it to go here. And then, yeah, so that just needs tidying up. These are the long ones that come from the fuel pump at the back of the chassis. So obviously they need trimming down, but I've just left them complete at the minute just so they're plugged in for testing purposes. So yeah, I'm hoping this will bolt here and we'll still have room for the torch anyway. I'm hoping this will bolt here. Cool, I'm rubbish at this, aren't I? I'm hoping this will end up bolting here on a bracket. We've got takeoffs on the inner wing, and then the power steering reservoir will still sit here. So yeah, so I think engine bay wise, wiring is pretty much there. I need to still sort out the power steering pipes. I need to order those, and I'm still waiting on one water hose to turn up. But what I think I'll do is I'll turn my attention to the inside now and try and tidy that wiring up and get it in a position where I want things, and then we can look, you know, put earths, see if I can put earths on the bulkhead, and then see if we can start putting power to it, and then work our way backwards so we can wire in all the backlights and stuff like that. At the moment, I've still got my loom, my trailer cable that I used on the old car, on the old engine. This all run the rear lights. But obviously with this disco loom, I can probably pull that out. But I've left it in situ at the minute in case we have any issues. So, right, let's get inside and try and do something with that mess.